Hello students, today we are going to reading about in the absorption topic itself, characteristics of absorption. So let's we see one by one which are the characteristics of the absorption. Characteristics of absorption. Okay, in that first point, absorption, it is a phenomena which is having a spontaneous process. Spontaneous process. Absorption is a spontaneous process which can be take place with no time. Means when the absorption just is going to start, there is no requirement of much more of timing. Directly the formation of unimolecular, bimolecular layer absorption is going to start over there. So absorption is a what? Spontaneous process. It can be take place with no time itself. Isn't it? This is the first. Now what is the second? Second, absorption take place. Second is nothing but absorption can be take place on all surfaces. Absorption can be take place on all surfaces. All surfaces. A surface, it may be regarding liquid solid surface. Means two systems are available. Maybe of solid gas surface. Maybe of liquid gas surface. Or it may be of liquid surface. Okay, but in this case, which is in a more favorable condition, is nothing but solid liquid and gas solid. It is a more favorable. Just take an example here. We are having or absorbing just like of alumina, silica gel, or we are having again liquid ammonia as an absorbent, which is a gas. Here, solid surface of the particular alumina or silica gel or animal charcoal powder containing which is having can be absorbed by gas, that is NH3 itself, isn't it? It means that which is a more favorable for in this case, that is absorption which is a take place on more favorable on which surfaces gas can be absorbed on the solid or solid liquid can be absorbed on the solid. This is a more favorable condition itself. Now, here third part is nothing but absorption followed by decrease in the free energy. Absorption which will be there, which can be followed by decrease in the free energy. So, what is the free energy? Gibbs free energy. Gibbs free energy is nothing but delta G is equal to, it is the difference of enthalpy, that is delta H minus it is a product of absolute temperature and entropy. Okay, delta G gives free energy is equal to, it is the difference between a total heat content of the system and product of absolute temperature and entropy itself. This is about the Gibbs free energy. So, absorption can be followed by decrease in the free energy. This is the third characteristic features of the absorption. So, what is the fourth characteristic feature? Consider this particular equation. What will happen here in this case? If delta G is going to decrease, that is Gibbs free energy is going to decrease, here total heat content, temperature and entropy also goes on decreases. Here if delta G goes on decreases in the absorption, delta S, that is entropy, also goes on decreases at a particular temperature. As a result, delta H, which will be there, total heat content of the system also goes on decreases. As a result of absorption process which will be there, it is exothermic in the nature. Okay, if delta G goes on decreases, delta S goes on decreases, as well as total heat content of the system also goes on decreases. The process which can be present over here, that is exothermic process. These are the some characteristic features of absorption. Let's see first, it is a spontaneous process. Adsorption can be take place on all surface, solid, liquid, gas, but more probable is liquid solid and solid gas. Next, here adsorption can be take place, decrease in the free energy changes, that is Gibbs free energy, which is nothing but it is the difference between enthalpy, total enthalpy of the system, and product of absolute temperature and entropy. If the energy goes on decreases, here the entropy also goes on decreases, that is measurement of randomness, and heat content of the system also goes on decreases. It means that the process which will happen over there, this is exothermic in the nature. This is exothermic process itself. This is a characteristic features of an adsorption. Now let's see the next part of our topic, that is adsorption isotherm. The word isotherm itself indicates that at a constant temperature, we call it as an adsorption isotherm. We are mainly having 5 types of adsorption isotherms. Okay, adsorption isotherms we are dealing over here. Types of adsorption isotherms. Same T, third temperature at a constant temperature. Here temperature must be what? Constant. So what is an adsorption isotherm? The curve obtained by plotting amount of gas adsorbed. The curve obtained by plotting amount of gas adsorbed versus pressure. The curve plotting against amount of gas adsorbed versus pressure at a constant temperature is called as a what? Adsorption isotherm. Is called as a what? Adsorption isotherm. Here we are having mainly 5 types of adsorption isotherm. Which are those? Let's see one by one. Five types of adsorption isotherm are there. We will see one by one all types. Here type 1. Here in this case, amount of gas adsorbed versus here pressure. We will dealing. Here temperature is a constant. We already know that. How the plot is obtained? The nature of plot is like this, isn't it? At a constant temperature. What it going to say is, here monomolecular layer is going to form on the adsorbent over here. This is a molecules which can be adsorbed on the adsorbent, isn't it? The monomolecular layer is formed on the adsorbent, and saturation point stage there is no change in the volume of amount of gas adsorbed. Here, what is the characteristic features of this particular graph? Monomolecular layer is going to form. Monomolecular layer is formed on the adsorbent. Monomolecular layer is formed on the adsorbent. So consider this is our adsorbent. On this particular adsorbent, there is a formation of this particular monomolecular layer, and at a particular point, a saturation point or saturation stage is reached. At that particular time, there is no change in this particular graph or amount of gas adsorbed. There is no change at all. And this particular graph is very rare in the nature. Usually, it never used to see over there. Here, example we can give linear form. This type of graph is of linear form. Okay, and here example we can give NH3, that is the amount of gas absorbed on what? Animal charcoal. This is an example of this first type of graph. So let's see once again. Type 1, amount of gas absorbed versus pressure. Here how much amount of gas absorbed, which is there, only the monomolecular layer is going to form on the adsorbent like this way. There is no formation of bimolecular layers, means multi-layer is not formed, only monomolecular layer is formed. And this type of graph which is obtained over here, it is very rare in the nature. It is Langmuir form, and example we can give over here, that is amount of gas, that is ammonia, adsorbed on what? Animal charcoal. This is an example we can give for the type 1. Okay, now let's see the next type, that is adsorption. Next type of graph. Here amount of gas absorbed is there versus pressure is there. Okay, now let's see the type 2. Type 2 is somewhat nature of graph is like this. Here B is there, here is our pressure. So here B point which will be there, what it indicates? It is an what? Transition state. Transition state or transition point. Here amount of gas absorbed versus pressure P at a constant temperature. When we plot a graph of type 2, so what we going to say over here? Here formation of monomolecular layer is just going to complete over there here, and formation of multimolecular layer will going to start from here. So this is our transition point. So consider this is our adsorbent. Okay, on this adsorbent here already the monomolecular layer is going to form. This layer formation of monomolecular layer is completed on that surface of adsorbent, and after that a point B, which is stage B reached, and the formation of multimolecular layer is just going to form over here. Okay, this is multimolecular, many layers will going to form over here on that particular adsorbent. This is our monomolecular layer is completed over here, and formation of multimolecular layer will going to form. This is the transition point P which will be there over here in this second type of graph. Okay, here in this particular second type of graph, amount of gas which will be there, it is adsorbed which has reached the transition point B. Okay, and here example we can give adsorption of nitrogen gas on what? Silica gel. Here this is an example of type 2. So in the first type only the monomolecular layer will going to form, but in this type 2 transition stage will be going to reach. First monomolecular layer will going to complete, and then start the multimolecular layer of adsorption. This is of type 2. Now next part, type 3. Type 3 we will going to deal now of adsorption isotherm. Here type 3, again amount of gas absorbed, versus pressure at a constant temperature. Okay. Type 3, the nature of graph is just like this. Here in this particular case, in the type 3, there is no formation of monomolecular layer as well as transition point. Here what will happen? Directly the formation of multimolecular layer will going to form. Okay, the formation of multimolecular layer just going to form. Here no case of transition point, no at all the monomolecular layer. Directly the formation of multimolecular layer start even before the formation of monomolecular layer. This type of isotherm is relatively rare in nature, Here we can give example of absorption of nitrogen gas on ice. Okay, this is an example. Let's explain once again. Type 3. Here no transition point, no monomolecular layer. Directly the formation of multimolecular layer. Here directly the formation of multimolecular layer is going to form. There is no formation of monomolecular layer at all. This is our adsorbent. This is our adsorbate. Here formation of multimolecular layer is going to form over there. Only this much is there in the type 3. Here example, nitrogen, absorption of nitrogen on the ice itself. Now the fourth type. In this type, now let's see the fourth type. I will work only this much. Here nature of graph like this. This is fourth type of absorption isotherm which will be there. It is a duplicate copy of second type of isotherm. How in the transition state reached? But how in the second type first monomolecular layer is formed, then transition state reached, then it is going to the multimolecular. But in the fourth type, here multimolecular layer just going to reach the transition state itself. Okay, there is no at all monomolecular, but multimolecular. The saturation stage to be reached in the multimolecular region. Here what will happen? Saturation stage reached in the multimolecular layer. Here in this case, fourth type of absorption isotherm, saturation point to be reached. Saturation stage can be reached on the multimolecular layer. Here we can give, this is the duplicate copy of second type. Here example we can give, here absorption of vapors of benzene on ferric oxide at a temperature 50 degrees Celsius. This we can give example for absorption isotherm type 4. Here also transition stage reached, but when saturation stage is reached and multimolecular layer is going to form. And this type of isotherm, we can give an example. Vapors of benzene can be absorbed on the ferric oxide at a temperature 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is the fourth type. Now let's see fifth type. Fifth type of isotherm. In the fifth type of isotherm, what we are going to deal is nothing but formation of multimolecular layer at the beginning, and at the higher pressure there is a tendency for amount of adsorbed remain constant. Here fifth type of isotherm is just like this itself. Here formation of multimolecular layer formed. Formation of multimolecular layer. And at a particular stage reached where multimolecular layers is going to be formed constant itself. Okay, here in the fifth step, formation of multimolecular layer at the beginning, and at the higher pressure there is a tendency for amount of adsorbed gas which is remain constant. Here we can give example. Water vapors can be absorbed. Water vapors on animal charcoal. charcoal itself. This is an example we can give. Here, what will happen in the fifth type? This is a fifth type of isotherm. At a constant temperature, the formation of multimolecular layers are to begin first, and how the pressure goes on increases, the multimolecular layers will going to form is a constant itself. Here we can give an example. Here water vapors can be absorbed on what? Animal charcoal itself. These are the mainly 5 types of what? Isotherms. Let's revise once again the all type of isotherm. Here adsorption isotherm we are going to dealing over here. Adsorption isotherm is nothing but amount of gas adsorbed versus pressure at a constant temperature. We are going to dealing. We are having mainly 5 types of adsorption isotherm. In that first type of adsorption isotherm, let's see. This is a type 1 adsorption isotherm. In the type 1 adsorption isotherm, we have already saw monomolecular layer is formed on the adsorbent. This is one first type. Here, what we saw, monomolecular layer is formed on the adsorbent, isn't it? This is very rare type of adsorption isotherm. This is a linear form of adsorption isotherm, and here we can give an example. N2 gas on the animal charcoal. N2 on animal charcoal. This is first type, type 1. Next we see type 2. Here in the case of type 2 of adsorption isotherm, amount of gas adsorbed versus temperature, what we have saw already over here, transition state which will be present as it is like this. Here formation of monomolecular layer first, and then it reach the multimolecular layer, isn't it? And here example you can give which one? Here example which is present, that is nothing but amount of adsorption on the nitrogen on silica gel. This is temperature 195. N2 on silica gel, also temperature is at 195. Second type. Now the third type, there is a no transition state at all. In the third type of isotherm, here directly the formation of multimolecular layer will going to form. Like this type of nature is there. Directly multimolecular layer will going to form. This type of curve is very rare in the nature. Here example we can give adsorption of nitrogen on ice. N2 on ice. Now fourth type. In the case of fourth type of isotherm, here like this nature is there. It is duplicate of third type itself, and in this case, duplicate of second type. Here saturation point is reached. Saturation point is reached in this case directly on the formation of multimolecular layer instead of forming monomolecular layer. Directly multimolecular layer going to form instead of monomolecular layer. So here we can give an example. Water vapor, this fourth type we are having example, adsorption of benzene vapors on ferric oxide. Adsorption of benzene on ferric oxide at a temperature 50, isn't it? And fifth type of isotherm which will be there. Again this type of isotherm we are having nature is of like this. And in the fifth type of isotherm, this transition formation of multimolecular layer at the beginning and at the higher, this type of isotherm is nature is like this. Formation of multimolecular at the beginning. Okay, and as the pressure increases at higher pressure, multimolecular layers remains constant over here. And here we can give an example for the fifth type is nothing but adsorption of water vapor on animal charcoal. H2 vapor on animal charcoal is an example. Okay, this is about the today what we saw characteristics of adsorption. and types of adsorption isotherm. There are mainly 5 types of adsorption isotherms are there, and after that we will going to deal over here Fendrich adsorption isotherm.